welcome back. It's your man Wise. Today we're checking out another video from our guy Doug in Exile. Sylvester Stallone is dipping. He said he can't take California no more. It's crazy. The taxes are crazy. He got to get the heck on. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. Appreciate all the love and support. AskWiseToday@gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of me. And without further ado, let's go.
Sylvester Stallone, the Italian stallion, Rocky Balboa, Rambo, is leaving California, woke California, and I believe the biggest insult against California is what you do with your feet in leaving the state.
It's time to move on.
He's saying a lot about it.
And leave the state of California permanently.
Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TeNapel. I'm born and raised in California. I love the state, yet I live here in Tennessee. Why? Because I can't afford to live in California.
No one can afford to live in California. It is crazy expensive out there. I think the average median house is somewhere a little over 800,000. That was a few years back. It might be close to $1 million right now. It is insanity. So much so that there is a Democrat, I believe she's running for senator. She proposed a $50 an hour minimum wage. California, hands down, has to be, if not the worst state in the country, it's definitely in the top 2 or 3.
Taxes are nuts, and it's led by insane people. The whole state is packed with Democrats ruining every institution there. I literally don't feel like my family is safe to live there. Let's get to Stallone and his reasons why he's leaving his woke home and his daughters too. He's going to Florida. Here's Colin Rugg.
Everybody's moving to Florida. California, there has been a mass exodus out of the state of California. It's not even funny. When you talk about businesses and just people in general, typically they've moved to Texas and they've moved to Florida. A good amount of them just moved one state over to Nevada, but a lot of people are getting out of there. If I'm not mistaken, I think California is the #1 state that people are leaving. More people are leaving the state of California than any other state in the union. It's crazy.
News: Sylvester Stallone says he is selling his home in California and moving to Florida for good. Here's a little small clip from his podcast where he's breaking the news to his daughters.
After long, hard consideration, your mother and I have decided it's time to move on and leave the state of California permanently, and we're going to go to Florida.
Got to get me near some water, maybe a beach house or maybe some kind of a condo or something out there. But I get why a Californian would skip Texas, Tennessee, Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, and go straight to Florida. But the tax-based drain out of California is going to be the coming news. We're going to get to some of those. Twitter's reaction to Stallone. Let's continue with his clip.
We're going to sell this house.
What? What?
Yep.
Is this a joke?
It's not a joke at all.
You're full-time. No LA time.
Full time. We already have the place. It's a done deal.
We have friends, my whole life of friends. I have 40 years of friends in LA and in California. So just having your friends around you alone is enough to stay in a hellhole like LA or Hollywood.
You can't blame them though. It is crazy out there. Open drug market, open prostitution market, homeless people just all over the place. The crime is through the roof. The list goes on of the negatives. The only positive out there is the weather. The weather's great. The coastlines are great, but the politics, the policies are awful. The cost of living, crazy. Someone like Stallone here, he's been paying 51% of the hard-earned money that he's made or earned throughout his career back to the state of California in taxes, because that's how expensive it is. For the life of me, I never understood why professional athletes and all these people are like, yeah, I just got to get to LA. Why? Why would you want to go to LA? It just makes no sense financially. Now, if you want to go and be a part of the debaucherous Hollywood scene, makes complete sense because it definitely has that. It definitely has that.
But not for Stallone. He has other reasons. He's got he's going to save millions of dollars. His tax bracket is going to get cut in half. Here's Western Lensman, California, trying to figure out where its tax base went. Got the Pulp Fiction John Travolta doing the confused thing. Here's Paul Cipula. California is hemorrhaging residents to Republican states like Florida and Texas. It's an exodus of huge proportions. Even with the big influx of illegals, California is still seeing a net yearly population decrease. When the census comes, California will lose seats again in the House. And that's the good news of this video.
That is great news. That's the best news. That's the best news. That's what's great about all of this. Now, my hopes are the people that leave California, leave your crazy liberal politics in the state of California. Don't bring that foolishness to Texas, Florida, Nevada, Tennessee. Don't bring that foolishness down there. Don't do it. We're getting to a point to where you can't live in a blue state. If you want to be poor and, you don't want a wealth of opportunity, go live in one of those blue states. But if you want to have an opportunity to chase the American dream, you have to move or find yourself in a red state. You have to. They are literally splitting the country down the middle in the sense of have and have nots. And the people who want and the people who don't want. Because you got a lot of people out there, they don't want to work. They are okay with the free handouts that they'll get, just enough to get by. They're 100% okay with that. There's a lot of us that want to go out and make things happen, that want to go get it. I'm not looking for the handout. Just get out my way and give me an opportunity to go make it happen for myself. That's all I want. States like Florida, Texas, Tennessee. Man, Tennessee has grown tremendously over the past 10 or 15 years. Now, the cost of living has gotten a lot more expensive out there too. Nashville is crazy expensive right now.
The more population that drains out of California, the more seats in the House they lose. And they're replacing millionaires and people like Stallone with a bunch of illegal aliens coming up through the border, and get ready for the crime wave to hit. You haven't seen that yet in you've seen it in Oakland and San Francisco, but it hasn't hit LA quite yet.
I beg your pardon? LA, have you not seen Figueroa Street? They got video footage all over the place. They literally have an open air prostitution market in LA. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they legalized prostitution, but I think they decriminalized it, if I'm not mistaken, which makes absolutely no sense. I'm one of those kind of people. I don't agree with prostitution. I don't. But if you're going to decriminalize something like that, you might as well legalize it. So these women are forced to go and get tested, and you can put them off in a building or hotel or house or whatever you want to call it. Do it the right way if you want to allow that. Instead, they're saying, hey, we're decriminalizing. We're not going to lock you up for it, but we're not going to give you the ability to actually treat this as a real business. So all they really did is open up a black market of prostitution that's not being regulated by anyone other than the cartels and the gang members.
Stallone, this has great ramifications. Let's say it doesn't work out. You know what? The house that we love, that we had built, gone. No matter how I'm feeling, I owe it to Jen to go through this move, concluded the actor. That's he's doing it mostly for his wife, but I'm sure, the tax base has something to do with it. Here's Piz.
Oh, I'm for certain that's the case. Think about how much money he is going to save. California taxes are some of the highest, I won't say some of. California taxes are the highest in the state between them and New York. There's no other place more expensive to live than California and New York City. It is insane. I turned down an opportunity for California and they were offering a lot of money. But when I started to look, it was like, wait, a cracker box you got to pay $3,000-$4,000 a month for? I was like, this doesn't make sense.
He's going to save millions in taxes. Absolutely true. Now, how about you guys out there? You ever considered doing a relocation? If so, what Republican state would you relocate to? I'm in Tennessee, and if I was going to go anywhere, I would go probably to Florida. California conservatives, check in the chat too. Let us know you're still there because it's worth the fight. You're on the front lines. We're praying for you. I'm Doug in exile.
Appreciate you, Doug. Hey, where would you go if you're not already in a red state? Where would you go? I'm in Maryland. I think a lot of you guys know that already. It's a blue state. Although our governor before the current one was a Republican, and overall, I think he did okay. But they ran, the guy that they ran out against our current governor, Wes Moore, he was awful. They didn't give us a whole lot to work with. Honestly, they just didn't. So Governor Wes Moore ended up winning. And yeah, it's been interesting thus far. But I am looking to move in the near future. And it has to be south because I'm tired of cold weather. And I'm thinking Texas. I like North Carolina. I like Florida, but I don't care for the hurricanes and things of that nature, the natural disasters that come through Florida. So that kind of, puts me off of Florida a lot. But let me know what you guys think. Where would you go if you're not already in a red state? And if you are, shout it out, man. Let me hear it. And if you're not, which state would you go to? There's a lot of really cool places. Texas is like a country in itself. I believe they got the 6 flags or 7 flags or something like that because once upon a time, Texas was about 6 or 7 different countries. But let me know what you guys think, man. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. Keep God first in your life. America first. And I'm going to catch up with y'all next time. Peace.